Hello and welcome back to City Skylines Natural Disasters! Ladies and gentlemen, today is going to be part 3 of this Salzburg scenario. We need to get 500,000 people moving on public transport, and thus far, we've got almost 50,000 people moved after 112 weeks. We have up to 350 weeks to make this happen, so I'm a little bit skeptical that it's actually going to work, which is annoying. Now that said, we do still have a few options. We can still grow the population, which is a thing I am gonna start working towards doing. We can also look into high density areas, which is another thing that I think I should start doing as well. So I'm gonna start clearing out some of this space over here and see if we can go ahead and get the high density buildings in here, because we do have a lot of that residential demand. So if we can get some nice high density buildings in here, that's hopefully going to increase the number of people. I mean, that would kind of make sense. It's high density. And then hopefully those people are going to be like, yo, I'm going to use the bus because I like to commute. That's the plan anyway. That's the thing people say, right? It's like, yo, I'm going to use the bus because I like commuting. That's how people get buses, right? I try to avoid public transport myself as much as possible. It makes me miserable. Like, that sounds like an exaggeration, but buses legitimately make me miserable because they're so uncomfortable. Planes, I don't mind. Trains, I don't mind. Buses are just literally the worst. They really are. I mean, if you enjoy buses, like, they're cool, don't get me wrong. The buses, yeah, they're great. In the sense that they're satisfying to look at when they're actually functioning really well in transport fever. But I mean, honestly speaking, buses are one of the, for me, one of the worst forms of public transport. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If you like them, more power to you, but they're not for me. Anyway, that said, we have a bunch of buildings popping up around here, which is hopefully going to increase the population quite nicely. That's the goal, anyway. They don't currently have electricity over here, and we do have some issues with not enough workers in quite a few places. Hopefully, we're going to see that go away soon enough. Population's increasing a little bit there. My money could be better, but we'll not worry too much. I do think we need to get ourselves an incineration plant, which I'm going to throw... Oh, where am I going to throw this? Back here? Sure, we'll throw an incineration plant back there. Seems like a pretty good place. Hopefully that's going to be good enough to sort things for the garbage needs that we have around the place. And hopefully we'll see this area fill up nice and quickly. I'm actually going to make it into a district so I can get a rough idea of what the well, I say a rough idea, so I can get a very specific idea of what the population actually happens to be over in Birdsong District. So if we go out to there, we can bring this down this way. And of course, it's me, so it's going to be a nice, neat district. So bring the district painting thing down to here and the whole way across that way. And we'll bring it just across this way as well. Just like that. Then down to this way and across and down to there and across. And this is going to let me see just how many people are actually living in this area. So there is a population of 1,378, which is fine. Hopefully that population is going to increase a little bit. Having a look here. Yeah, those aren't great numbers. Those really aren't great numbers. I wonder, does that number... It doesn't seem to be increasing fast. I don't know if it's actually increasing faster or not with the sped up time. It is a little bit, but I don't think there's actually any advantage to not running on 3 times speed. If there is, then, well, there is. But I'm not going to worry too much about it at the moment. Now that said, you need bulldozed. Also, fire coverage is going to be pretty bad over here. I might want to be careful of that. I also think it might be an idea to get a little metro system in this area. So like a metro there to there to there could be an idea, because that'll sort of get people into this district, because I mean it does have 2 looping buses, but we could set up a metro system. That might be an idea. It might be an idea to get rid of the blue bus line as well, since we do actually have people... We do have bus lines specifically from one area to another. So maybe getting rid of those blue bus lines could be a plan. A lot of traffic moving through there. That's not going to be helping my buses either. But I don't know. I'm not really sure what else I can do. I don't really need the road maintenance depot. I could set up some roads with bus lanes, that's for sure. Like if I change this whole thing into an avenue with bus lanes, that's going to help my vehicles move about a little bit. Since like my buses don't necessarily get stuck in traffic, but then when you want to turn to the right, you have to turn into the bus lane anyway, so I don't know how efficient that's really going to be. Especially since a lot of my buses want to go to the left anyway, so I don't know. That doesn't seem like the most efficient method. It really doesn't. What's the population over here looking like though? It's got to be like, yeah, 2,000. That's not bad. What's the numbers looking like in here? 49,000. That's not enough. We are not transporting enough people. What's the stats in here? 595. It needs to be like, it needs to be a couple of thousand, really. It really does. It does need to be much, much higher. So let's, number one, go in and scrap one of my bus lines. Bus line number 1, I don't think is, it has 209 passengers. Bus line number 3 is the other one, which has 205 passengers, so scrapping those is dangerous. But I'm gonna do it, because if I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail. If I'm gonna succeed, I'm gonna succeed. But technically speaking, you can still get about. You can still be like, hey, I'll jump on this red bus line, go over here, transfer to the other red bus line. So in theory, what I've done is encourage people to use more bus lines for the same journey. In theory, that's what I've done. That's what I want to just stress. In theory, whether or not that's the logic this game is going to apply to the situation, I don't know. No idea. So I might have just sealed my fate with this scenario. I guess we'll see what happens. I have seen a lot of comments, by the way. I've seen a lot of people talking about this scenario. I've seen some people saying they've played it already, and I'm curious as to whether or not they have, because it's not out yet. I have seen some people talking about other people that have played this scenario, though, and they've seen a lot of people fail it on the first try, so that bodes well. That makes me feel great. I realize we don't have any buses going around this area, which might be something I want to do. Let me try setting up a really small little metro system here. So if I put a metro stop there, which is very expensive, by the way, but if I put a metro stop like there, and there, and there, that's gotta get people around, right? I hope. So if I do, let's just get the, let's get this in here as neatly as I can. Slope too steep. Really? Oh god. Not this nonsense. Okay, connect that to there. This needs a way to connect down that way, so it would have to go like there and then down. That's expensive, but let's give it a shot. So that that works. All right. Sure, we'll keep it. So to there, back to there, and there. So we'll have that little like shuttle going back and forth there. I don't know if it'll get used. I mean, people are jumping on it there. There were a couple of people down in that station. There's like a few people there and a few there. There was also 655 people in the buses. So I think my strategy might have worked, where I forced them to use more lines. So that's good. Now there's a lot of death over here. I guess I did zone this all at once. Can I get a crematorium? No. No, I can't. I don't have 12,000 people. I really do need to increase the population. The demand is up again, which is actually kind of nice because it means I can go ahead and expand this area. So let's do another series of roads. So 2 blocks and 2 blocks. And let's do this kind of little thing here, so that we sort of keep the pattern of squares going through there, which I think looks alright. Delete those bits so we have that little square in there. And let's just go and do all of that. Then dezone that bit and we'll do some commercial in there as well. So hopefully that's going to help a little bit. We could expand this way too, which I think I will do because the demand is still there. So we'll go out like that and to there. And we'll throw some commercial there with residential in those two spots. Alright, hopefully that's going to do some good stuff. How is public transport looking at the moment? 746 people are using the buses right now. That's a better number. That is a much, much better number. This little metro line is getting some use, which is nice. I think people are jumping from the buses to the metro line to sort of get through this area, which is exactly what I wanted them to do, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, there's a few people down there. I think as long as it's not costing me a horrendous amount of money, I don't really mind if that thing exists. And since it isn't costing me a horrendous amount of money, that's fine. What might be an idea is setting up something similar over here. So a little metro stop like there that can take you to like sort of around this area so you can get to the bus. That doesn't seem like a bad idea. But it is slightly expensive. I can take loans though, right? Yeah. So the weekly cost is fine. I'm going to take that loan so I can go ahead and get a little metro loop running around this area. So if I throw a metro station there, and I throw a metro station down there, and I throw one sort of up there, I want one sort of out there, and they can just loop around, so that's fine. In theory, that's just going to get you around this area real nicely. And that's going to encourage people. People are going to be encouraged to use it as well because the bus stop is right there. So we'll see if this works. I'll do 2 of them so you can sort of alternate around the area if you so desire. So there we go. We should see people start using that pretty quickly. 825 people per week on the buses. That's great news. 66,000. I'm still skeptical as to whether or not this is actually gonna happen, but I can hope for the best, right? That's kind of all I can do. That really is kind of all I can do. A lot of people just got off there. That was interesting. Okay. Quite a few people waiting over there as well, which is nice to see. I wonder if we're actually going to see a nice influx of people then. Because this might be a method. I mean, obviously there's buses to take you around this neighborhood, which kind of gets rid of the need for the metro. This area I don't think is big enough to really warrant a metro. This area could definitely use one. I could definitely have a metro that sort of comes down here and goes up this way. And I mean, I do realize that there are buses that can take you back and forth around these areas as well, but, you know, I think it might be alright. I think I might be getting close to doing this. I don't know. I mean, 70,000, not bad. 150 weeks, though. 150 weeks. We're almost halfway through, and we haven't even hit 100,000 people moved yet. We also have big... Oh god, oh god, oh god. We need water right there. We also have big demand for... some... We have big demand for residential zoning again. So let's see, what can we do here? I think I'm gonna have to expand this way. So if I go that way and just straight down to there, and I go that way and straight down to there, that gives me a lot of room for residential zoning, which is a thing I definitely want to do. I think what I'll do is zone it all with low density, then clear out these spaces in the middle, and then do the high density residential in there. And what might happen is the people living in the high density spaces might be like, hey, I want to shop at some high density stores. So they might be like, hey, I'm going to get the bus to one of the other neighborhoods that has those high density stores. That might be good. Increasing the population is definitely a good thing, though. So we're going to keep doing that as best we can. Population is down a little bit, but we'll not worry too much. We are on 72,000. No, I don't know. I don't think this is going to be a huge success, which sucks. Definitely sucks, but... I mean, it is my first time playing one of these scenarios, so I don't think there was any guarantee I was going to win. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a few people moving around there, which is great. A couple of people complaining about noise pollution over this way. Definitely a bit of a death wave going on. Definitely a lack of workers in a lot of places too. But I think we're okay. What's up with you guys? What's up with you? Abandoned because there was no water. Okay, well they'll eventually reconstruct anyway, so that's fine. I don't need to actually bulldoze those. And surprisingly, traffic's not bad in this area. That's nice. We do need to expand the district ever so slightly, so just sort of bring it down there, bring it over that way, and over to there, and then sort of done that way. So this district now has a population of 3,500, which is great. You guys don't have water, so let's just fix that. So there you go. So they have water all the way through through this space, which I probably should turn into a district. Oh, we are a small city. We've unlocked trains. Okay, trains could be good. Trains could be useful. I don't know. They could be very, very useful. Let's have a look at my numbers. So, I don't know. I'm really not sure what's gonna happen. I'm really not. What's this? Facility full, landfill full. Oh, yeah, you need to be, that needs to be dumped. We really should get a few. Oh, I've got more money as well. Right. Let me have a look at me budget. Let me look at me budget. Because for one, the landfill, I mean, there's a lot of low budget stuff here, which is curious. I'm gonna knock up the taxi budget, I think. And I'm gonna knock up the water budget ever so slightly, because we might run into some problems there. So I'll knock it up to like 70%. What is the road budget? Oh no, I don't need either of them. I don't actually need to worry. Well, actually no, I think I do need to worry about that budget. Hold on, what if I... Roads. Adjust the budget to decide how many vehicles, road maintenance, and snow dump services have at their disposal. Do I need to maintain my roads? Or I feel like they're just a flat fee, because I have got roads that make up that amount of money. I don't know. I think we're fine. My income isn't great at the moment. That's a bit worrying. You are abandoned because no one collected the dead. Well, I mean, going abandoned isn't really going to help with that either. I mean, if you think about it, that's actually kind of... Oh god, yeah, we are having an issue with the dead. We can't get crematoriums yet, so we are going to want to throw a cemetery out here, I think. So there we go. That cemetery can start collecting the dead in that area, which is going to be important. Having a look here, 80,000. How many people are moving? 902 per week on the buses. 996 in total per week. So at the minute, it would take me just over 500 weeks. Oh god, I need to transfer so many people. The population isn't there though. I don't have the population, nor the money, nor the demand to make that work right now. The demand isn't there because we're having a death wave as well. That's a problem. Because as buildings get abandoned, the spaces fill up real quick. So what happens is you end up in this situation where the buildings are getting deconstructed or demolished and then rebuilt, so the demand doesn't actually increase. It just sort of stays the same. It's one of the biggest things with City Skylines that constantly happens. When you have a death wave, your city sort of grinds to a halt for a while. We do need to collect garbage in this area though, so let's get myself an incinerator is too expensive. So give me just a garbage dump. And just sort of throw it in there, I think. Yeah, so chuck it in there. That's gonna have to do. Hopefully that's gonna collect all of the garbage for the area. And hopefully that's gonna improve their quality of life. You guys could probably use one as well. So let's go ahead and get a little garbage dump, just sort of... I don't think I'm gonna be getting it in there, to be honest. I can't really get it there. And can't really get it there either. Good! That's what I want to see. Alright, let's, like, throw it over here? Is that possible? It's possible to throw it there. So we'll do that. There we go. Garbage dump right there. That's not even going the right way. Perfect. Just perfect. Alright, I'll tell you what. We should probably get another little metro station just up here. So throw that there and run a bit of track like that. And move the stop up that way. And throw a couple of stops in there. So that might get more people moving. Certainly looks like there's a few people using it. 109. We've got over 1,000 people. So it would take us now under 500 weeks to do this. So we're transferring a lot of people. All right, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. How many people do we need to... I've paused the game because if I do 500... that's 5,000, 50,000, 500,000 divided by, what, 350? That comes to 1,428.57 people. We've already gone through 150 weeks. Right? How many weeks have we gone through? Because I need to work this out. I need to work out what I need to be transferring right now. So 168 weeks. Let's make the argument, let's say 175, exactly half. So if I divide 500,000 by 175, that comes to 2,857 people per week need to be, right now, to win this scenario, I need to be transferring almost 3,000 people per week. And that's probably not going to happen because we have 8,382 people and we're only transferring an eighth of that. I need to be transferring almost half of the population every week via public transport. I don't know if that's going to happen. We do have free public transport, so it's all losing me money, which is nice. Taxation, city planning, I mean... lightning rods. I didn't even know these were things. Okay, lightning rods will lower the likelihood of them catching fire. VIP, any and all shelters in policy area are reserved only for the citizens living in the policy area. Oh, I like that. That's kind of nice. Fast recovery. In these areas, emergency response unit does not search for survivors, but only makes it ready for rebuilding. Okay, and then no rebuilding is... okay. Right, that's fine. So I just wanted to see what those were. So yeah, we need to be transporting about 3,000 people via public transport right now. Yeah, we ain't doing that. We might be doomed to fail at this point. But we'll see. I'll do a little bit of expansion here and there. We'll see what happens. If I like build some roads up this way and down that way. You know, build a road over this way a little bit. Just like that. I mean, in theory, I might be alright. I just really don't know. Is it starting to rain? No, it's just some weird effect from this angle. I think it might be like film grain or something. I thought it was starting to rain, which is usually a sign of a thunderstorm coming in. Which is something I'd really like to, you know, avoid at the moment. So let's get some low density housing in all those spaces. Let's do high density housing in those spaces. So we can start slowly increasing the population. Oh boy. Oh boy. Can safely say I'm not feeling good about this. But I like the challenge. It's interesting playing City Skylines with like a challenge. It's actually kind of fun. Now for this area, I mean, there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems. People complain about noise. Don't know why they're complaining about noise. Why is there noise pollution here? The ground is polluted and it's making citizens feel nauseous. Is it? I'm pretty sure the ground isn't actually polluted there, buddy. Don't know why it would be. Oh no, garbage nearby. That's totally doing it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right. Well, my bad. My bad for not, you know, cleaning up sooner. But it's we've cleaned up recently. We are a much better city or whatever this is. Let's connect that to there. I think no, there. All right. So bring that up to there. We can get a little bit more industry into those spaces. And there is a little bit of demand for industry, so that's going to be a good thing. We have a little bit of residential demand popping up there, which is fine by me. How is the... How is this going? How is this going? 1,135. Yeah, we aren't doing this. We aren't. There's no way. Unless I get a massive population spike, I don't see how this is actually going to be possible. I really don't. I really don't see how this is going to be possible. And I'm trying to figure it out in my head. I'm sitting here going like, oh, if I do this, if I do that. Like, I've played a lot of City Skylines, but I've never played, like, challenging City Skylines. So, let's try... Oh boy, let's try, like, a road going this way. Alright, I'm gonna do a road that way, and what I'm gonna do is only have residential lots over here. And I think that might be an idea. Because if I only have residential lots, then, in theory, it's gonna force anyone in this area to use public transport, right? Like, that's kind of the thinking there. Because you won't be able to go... There's gonna be nowhere to work in this area. So if I force them onto public transport, I mean, it might work, it might not. I really don't see what other options I have, so I guess we'll see. And what I would like to do, I think, is turn these into one-way roads. Because I think having some one-way roads going around this area might be a pretty good idea. So that's sort of going to flow around that way, then this area is going to sort of flow around that way. Just like that. So there we go. That's gonna all flow around quite nicely. Then the road connecting to this space is gonna have to come off of over here. So let's just go from like there, I guess. So yeah, we'll do that. I'm gonna just upgrade all the roads in that space because they're gonna need it. It's gonna be a hell of an intersection, but it's gonna have to stay. So go from there to there, then over like that. All right. Then just bring this little road over to there. And come out like that. And come for a little bit further. And can I get this to curve around, I wonder? Let's find out. I think that's where it needs to be. Near enough, that'll do. Alright, so basically, I think the idea here is gonna be that a red bus line is gonna have to go... I might do two of them, actually. Might be an idea to do two of them. But I think a red bus line is... No, we'll do one. We'll do one, for sure. So it's gonna go... Oh no, the red... Right, hold on. The red bus lines are the back and forth lines. So the red bus lines need to converge in one location. So there... No, there and there. And then back. No. Wait, what way do I do this? I've completely forgotten. Right, no, I know what I need to do. So this one's going to go there. And then back. That one's going to go... there? And back, I think. I've no idea. That's maybe gonna cause some problems, but we'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and turn those into the red lines that they're gonna need to be. So if I turn those into red lines, what I can also do is put a couple of metro stations on either side of that. So this area is gonna have a little metro loop, and this area is gonna have a tiny metro loop, but that's gonna be fine. Then what I want to do is bring water out to this area. So it's gonna go up and sort of around like this. Down to there, over to there, and up to there. Then up through the middle, and to there, and over like that. So that area is going to have plenty of water. It's going to need plenty of housing. So every bit of it's just going to be housing, because hopefully what that'll do is encourage all these people to travel. That's my goal. I also think adding some parks might be an idea to sort of be like, hey, look how fancy the area is. Despite it not actually being fancy. But we'll do a few of the... Oh god, those are expensive, aren't they? 120 per week. Get rid of two of them. And put one there. So they're sort of alternating. Alright, so hopefully people are going to move in. I realize they also don't have electricity. We might want to fix that. So let's bring that to there. Let's go like that, and like that, and like that, and like that. All right. Basically, I need people to move in out here. I need people to start moving in quite quickly. So hopefully that's going to be a thing we see. There is a little bit of commercial demand. I'm not actually going to make a move to meet that commercial demand because that doesn't seem like a good idea. I will make a move to do this though. So there are plenty of connections there. And the hope is that we're going to see people wanting to use a lot of public transport because they have the they have to travel to get anywhere. That's the dream. They are going to need a cemetery out here, so I'll throw one of those in. That'll also make them happy. They'll enjoy living out here, which is weird. I really still don't get that. It's like, I've had the conversations in so many cities Skylines videos. It's like, hey, why would you live by a cemetery? That just seems creepy. And I give the example of a house that a relative of mine used to live in that is like really close to a cemetery. And I remember staying in that house a few times and it's just always been creepy. I mean, I'm the kind of person, admittedly, that like at night time, if I'm in the kitchen, I have to close the blinds and stuff because I kind of have that one fear, and I think everyone sort of has this, where like you go downstairs in the middle of the night, or you come out of your room in the middle of the night, or whatever, and like you look at like a window in your house, and it's just blackness outside, and just staring back at you is this face. Yeah, that's one of my biggest fears, is that I'm just gonna see a face. There's someone looking into my house at like 3 a.m. Now that might not be what you were expecting to hear in a City Skylines video, and if you're watching this late at night, you're welcome. But yeah, no, that is legitimate. I'm not joking. That is legitimately one of my greatest fears. Because what do you do? It's like, oh hi, how's it going? Cup of tea? Huh? No, just gonna murder me? Is that what this is? No, you shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have. But what do you do? You know, I really have no idea. I am noticing, however, there are a lot of problems with these areas. A lot of pollution, some might say. You guys don't have water at the moment, so let's do this. I will say as well, is there so there's this new policy, right? This VIP area policy, which is that shelters in the area are reserved for people in that area. Can we get something similar? And can people like tweet Paradox with this part of the video, like from now? Basically get the timestamp from this point of the video and be like, hey, at Cities Skylines or whatever it is on Twitter, comma, at ConflictNerd has a really great idea for City Skylines. Basically, we take this concept of the shelters in the area are reserved for the people in the area, and we apply a similar city planning policy, which is that things like crematoriums, things like garbage disposal, things like incineration plants, for example, things like police stations and medical centers and fire stations, they service the district. I know there's mods to do that, but since we have this is clear evidence that it can be done, why can't we have something similar for those services? Because that would make so much more sense. It would make sense for my garbage trucks going from this place here. It would make sense for them to service all of this first. Maybe the AI is set to do that, but I mean, there are 10 of 10 garbage trucks in use. I don't think they're all in this space right now. I think a lot of them will have gone off this way, and it just doesn't make sense. They should serve it. It should either be that by default they service the stuff closest to them, or you can set a policy to say, hey, don't go out of this district. I think that would be a brilliant addition to the game, and I think it would bring a new and better sense of vehicle management, because I think that's something I would really like as well. If you could do that, Paradox, that'd be, well, Colossal Order, I should say. If that can be done, that would be brilliant. Just saying. That would be absolutely brilliant. Now, you guys need water. No, you don't. We are low on water. Okay, let's get a new water pump. I also realized I haven't been looking at the stats for a while on the challenge. Oh boy, 150 weeks left. How many people are we currently transporting? How are we doing? How are we doing? 1,399. So what? We've got 150 weeks left. Let's divide that 500,000 by 150. We now need to be transferring 3,225.8 people per week. Yeah, I don't know if this is actually going to happen. I'm not convinced that this is going to happen. I'm a little skeptical, is what I am. But I guess we'll see. Because I'm not just gonna up and be like, yo, since this isn't gonna happen, let's just abandon the scenario. I want to see if I can do it. I really do. I want to see if I can, like, clutch a victory from the claws of defeat, basically. We are going to need oh god, we need what is the garbage disposal like at the moment? Incineration status, yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Let's get an incinerator. Oh, it's expensive though, it's real expensive, but I think we need one. Give me an incinerator, actually, don't. Actually, no, do. Give me an incinerator there. Then give me a little road, like, that. And like that. And then let me turn that little section of road in the middle into that. So there you go. They can now cross the road. But they're not. They're going that way. Thanks, guy. Oh, there, he got the idea. He went the right way. He knows what he's doing. Alright, so hopefully that thing's gonna do some good work. That's the dream, anyway. Is this guy emptied yet? No, he's not. 92% full. Jesus. Okay. Maybe we should put another incinerator on this side. I think I have the money for it. Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, you know what? No, I can't do that yet, can I? Bulldoze that. Then do an incinerator there. And that should be fine, right? Shouldn't really be a problem. Do that kind of thing, just to make it look all fancy. So, we'll go like that, and we'll go like that. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Alright, so a bunch of garbage trucks are going to be going back and forth there. This area is hopefully going to... I mean, what is the population of this space at the moment? That's something I'd really like to know. If this actually was an effective method to boost the population, then I'm going to be so pleased. There is some pretty big demand at the moment for both industrial and commercial zoning, which I guess I should look into. But let's see. Mulberry Square, that's a population of about 3,000 people, which is good. What I would like to do, I think, is, I guess, throw some high-density commercial zoning in those spaces. And maybe a little bit in there as well. And in there, too. And in there. Alright, so hopefully that's going to be a good thing. As for industrial zoning, I mean, I can delete these and extend a couple of roads back from there. So if I do that, and I do that, and I can bring one over this way as well. So a little bit of that for more industrial zoning. Hopefully that's going to make everyone nice and happy. I guess we'll see. I mean, it's immediately filling up, so something tells me that they kind of enjoy that. These areas over here are immediately filling up. This area in here I might actually do something with. It was supposed to be a quicker way in here, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to change it up a bit. I think also getting rid of some of the low-density housing in here could be an idea. So sort of just changing this whole area to be higher density. It might work. It might work. It might not, but it might. It might. We'll see. Let's go ahead and swap you out as well. There we go. Alright, so that's all going to change. That's going to hurt my population at first, but we'll see what happens. We'll absolutely see what happens. Let's have a look at our stats. Stats are 1,500. Not terrible. Definitely not terrible. Fair few people waiting around here. Actually, a decent number of people. The problem is the buses are so close together that that's not great. 90 weeks left. I'll be happy if I can even get to like half the number that I need. I really will. Let's see. I also really want to get the metro thing going about, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. I'm gonna bring my, no, my taxis aren't even costing me that much. I don't know what budget I can decrease here. I really don't. I guess something I should do is increase the desire, I suppose, for certain areas. So, like, having parks in there and making that really, sort of almost tourist-oriented could be an idea. But I don't know. I think it might also be an idea to, clear out some of the commercial in there. Because I'm just gonna go ahead and basically turn that all into, industrial zoning. And then clear out the residential up to, like, there. And, maybe clear that bit out as well. But clear out the residential there and turn it all into, commercial. So we have that little buffer that I like to have. Bring that across there. And we'll see what happens. That should fill up pretty quickly. Hopefully people are going to want to work there. People are trying to get in over here and causing a bit of a traffic jam. Is that the only entrance to the area? I do believe it is. Interesting. We could have an entrance coming off of here, though, if I put up a little thing, but I don't think that's something I want to do. I don't know, ladies and gents, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna actually succeed with this scenario, which is a shame. I was really hoping I would. But these things happen. These things, they do happen. You don't always come out victorious, especially in City Skylines. Especially in Cities Skylines, because I don't know, this scenario is like, I don't think it's a hard difficulty scenario. I think it is like a medium difficulty. It might even be easy. And I guess in a sense, it is easy. In a sense, you know, it is as simple as being like, hey, just increase your population and get a lot of people moving back and forth in public transport. But it is, I guess, a case of like dealing with every bit of demand that you have perfectly, making sure that people are as happy as they can possibly be. It is a challenge. And maybe I wasn't up to it, but we'll see. We still have at least another episode of this. And to be honest, I'm sort of just enjoying building in this area. It's kind of fun. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I am gonna remain somewhat optimistic, I suppose. And yeah, we can totally see what happens. Let's just turn that into a little one-way road there. One-way loop. That area actually looks kind of nice. I kind of want to do the same on this side. So let's just do something real similar, real quick. Back to there, over to there, down to there, and let me get some industrial buildings into those spaces, just like so. And those will fill up pretty much immediately, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. So those have filled up pretty much immediately. And that looks kind of nice. It's just a little industrial stop between these two areas. That did bring the demand down, which is good. That's going to provide some jobs, which is good. These guys don't have water, which is bad. So let's do a little pipe across there, up to there. And yeah, we'll see what happens, folks. We'll see what happens. I might be able to clutch a victory. I just doubt it, if I'm honest. I really, really do. But that's okay. We're not going to worry too much about it. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there for today, though. So, thank you kind of for watching. This has been part 3 of our Alpine Villages scenario mini Let's Play thing in City Skylines Natural Disasters. Once again, I'd like to remind you that that expansion is releasing on the 29th of November 2016. So if you're watching this video before that date, you can go and pre-order the expansion on Steam. If you're watching it after, you can go and buy it on Steam. It's kind of fun. You can throw meteors at stuff, which I'm not going to do because that's not the point of this. But it also has scenarios. It has a bunch of fun stuff happening in it. And yeah, I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. That's what I'm going to say of it. Can't give you a full review at the moment, but I'm having fun. That's all I'm going to say. If you're having fun watching this, then maybe it's for you. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!